Easy English by Eddie Singh, and today we are going to do one of the topics of class 9 literature, the moments. The last leaf, written by O. Henry. Well, children, you'd like to know what is this story about. The Last Leaf by O. Henry is a very interesting account of how positivity can help us recover from illness and negativity can kill us. Our negative thoughts and ideas do not help us recover from any illness. They are the real hurdles in our life. On the contrary, positive thoughts and ideas help us to recover from illness and can also help lead a better life. The story has a beautiful theme. The theme goes like this. In this story, The Last Leaf, the author wants to highlight the fact that our negative thoughts and ideas create a hurdle in our life. On the contrary, positive thoughts work as a remedy to our disease. What do positive thoughts do in our life? They work as a remedy to our illness, and negative thoughts, worsen our condition and lead us into depressed state of mind. Now, in this story, there are two girls, Johnsy and Sue. Both of them are fast friends. Johnsy, is sick. She is left in bed with, pneumonia. She is suffering from pneumonia, and she thinks that she would not recover. She links her sickness to that of the last leaf on the ivy creeper. She thinks that with the falling of the last leaf in the rain or in the stormy night, she would also die. And that is the reason why she is in a state of depression. She looks out of the window every day and she counts the number of leaves on the creeper. And her friend, she is worried about her condition of depression. She wants to help her. She always helps her and asks her not to think negatively. She asks her that nothing would happen. She would she would recover from illness very soon. But actually, the negativity in the mind of this girl, Johnsy, doesn't allow her to come out of depression. And she keeps thinking about the last leaf on the creeper, and that she also decides that she will not recover from her illness. But then what happens that one day, a great painter, an artist comes to Sue's house. Sue informs the painter Behrman about the condition of Johnsy, that she has been in a state of depression and she has decided that she will not recover, she will die. The painter, understands everything. He goes silently. But on that very stormy night, before the last leaf falls, he paints an artificial leaf on the wall and makes it so real that it looks exactly like a real leaf. The next, morning, when Johnsy looks out of the window, she discovers that the last leaf is green and healthy and it is still alive. Her mind suddenly changes from negativity to positivity, and she soon, confirms that the last leaf has not fallen, though it has rained heavily and there has been a storm also. Despite the heavy rain and storm, the last leaf has not fallen, and therefore her mind totally changes from negativity to positivity. She starts thinking that as the last leaf has not fallen, she will also not die. She also confirms her by showing the last leaf that as the last leaf is still on the creeper, there is nothing to worry about her illness. She will also recover like the healthy and green leaf on the creeper. Now the next morning, when she looks out of the window, she really finds that the last leaf is still on the wall and it is very much healthy and green. And therefore, she starts thinking positively and soon she recovers from her illness. And that is how Shiv helps her come out of depression and recovers from pneumonia. But the painter who painted the, artificial leaf on the wall, unfortunately died of pneumonia, because the night when he was creating an artificial leaf on the wall, he got, cold because of the rain and storm, and he risked his life. The next morning he died. Shiv tells, after few days to, Jhansi, that the leaf that she had seen on the wall, that is not the real one. It is an artificial leaf, and that is being painted by the master painter, and it is his master creation. She comes to regret about the death of, the Varman, the artist. But at the same time, as she has recovered, this brings happiness to, Shiv, because she is the only person who was really happy to know that her friend has recovered. Now, little bit of, outlines of this story. The first outline is that Shiv suffers from, pneumonia. In the, story, there are two friends, Shiv and, Jhansi. Both of them are fast friends. Shiv is suffering, Jhansi is suffering from pneumonia. Shiv comes to know all about her negativity that she has thought of, and she has been linking her illness to that of the last leaf on the creeper. She has believed that with the falling of the last leaf on the creeper, she would also die. Shiv, makes a point that she would not die. But despite her all the positive thoughts, Jhansi keeps, thinking, and that is the reason why the medicine doesn't work. Even the doctors tells you about the condition of Jhansi, that unless she changes her mind and she keeps thinking about her negative thoughts, she will not recover, and the medicine will never work on her illness. And that is the reason why she is worried. But she shares these worries to her, friend painter, Berman, who decides to paint an artificial leaf on the wall. And before the stormy night, he creates an artificial leaf on the wall, paints a new leaf on the creeper, and he just, goes back. The next morning, Jhansi looks out of the window to find that the green leaf has not fallen, even it has rained heavily and there has been a storm. Now her mind suddenly changes, and she comes to realize that there is nothing going to happen in her life. She will recover very soon, and soon she recovers from pneumonia. She becomes very happy to know that her friend has changed her mind, and she starts giving her cup of soup after soup, and that helps her really recover from illness. But unfortunately, the man who really brought life into the life of Jhansi, the painter, who created the master painting by, making an artificial leaf and making it look real, actually died of pneumonia. And that information was shared later on to Jhansi. She became sad to know that actually she has lost one of her best friend, and it is only because of his effort that she has survived. So there are 4 or 5 important events in this story. The first event is that the girl Jhansi suffers from pneumonia. The second event is that Shiv tells her to think positive, and her advice works later on. Behrman, the painter, creates an artificial leaf on the wall, and that really looks like a real one. It brings a ray of hope in the life of Jhansi. When she looks out of the window, she finds that the leaf is still there and it has not fallen. Jhansi starts thinking positively, and that is a great change in her life, because she recovers from pneumonia only with the thought, and she starts taking medicine that works wonder. Finally, she recovers from pneumonia. Behrman dies of pneumonia, but later on, the two girls come to know that the masterpiece that is created by Behrman, the artist, has really saved the life of Jhansi. That is how the story ends. Now some questions, some important questions. Question number 1. What kind of friend was Shiv to Jhansi? Yes.
Fast friend.
Yes, fast friend. Very good. You too. What kind of friend was Shiv to Jhansi? Good friend or bad friend?
Good friend.
Okay, let us elaborate the answer. Shiv and Jhansi were good friends, fast friends. They loved each other. In their state of depression, Shiv helped Jhansi come out of depression and think positively. It seemed to, Jhansi that she would never survive, but it was Shiv who really made her believe that she would not die. And happiness came to both of them when Jhansi finally recovered from illness. Second question, Manish, why did Jhansi keep talking about the window or keep looking out of the window? Jhansi kept looking out of window, thinking that the last leaf on the creeper would fall as soon as it rains. As soon as it, Jhansi keeps thinking about and keeps looking out of the window, thinking that the last leaf on the creeper would fall. And that is the reason she always looks out of the window. She links her illness to that of the last leaf. She links her illness to that of the last leaf. She thinks that with the falling of the last leaf of the ivy creeper, she would die. So in order to count the leaves, she keeps looking out of the window every morning. But this is a misconception in the mind of Jhansi that she would die with the fall of the last leaf of the creeper. What is the misconception in the mind of Jhansi? That she would die with the fall of the last leaf of the creeper. Third question, both of you. What efforts did Shiv make to keep Jhansi cheerful? She always makes her change her mind. She always advises her to change her mind from negativity to positivity. She was a true friend of Jhansi. She kept her, distracting her attention. She tried her best to distract her attention from negativity to positivity. She talks about, fashion, clothes, and all the other things other than diseases. She kept whistling while drawing paintings on the painting board. The girl, Shiv, keeps talking, whistling and singing while painting and drawing on the drawing board. So it is Shiv, he really brings a ray of hope in the mind of Jhansi through her positive talk. So what are the things she talks about? She talks about fashion, she talks about clothes, she talks about, song and dance, all the entertainment other than disease. She distracts the attention of Jhansi by talking about all the happiness like clothes, fashion, songs and painting. That is the reason why she brings her drawing board into her room and tries to paint a beautiful drawing. Now the next question. What did the doctor tell Shiv about Jhansi? The doctor tells Shiv that her friend Jhansi will never recover from her illness, unless she changes her mind. The doctor said that she would not recover unless she had a wish to live. It seemed to the doctor that Jhansi had no willingness to survive, no willingness to live the life, and that was the worries. She was in a state of depression. Say like that. She was in a state of depression. So the doctor advised Shiv to help her friend come out of depression. And it was only because her friend could talk about all the happy things other than diseases. And the last question, how did Behrman, react to Jhansi's fancy? Behrman knew it very well that Jhansi has linked her diseases to the last leaf of the creeper, and therefore he made up his mind that he would save her life. And that is the reason why on that stormy night he painted an artificial leaf on the wall and made it look real one. Even he risked his life that night. In the rain he painted that leaf so real that it looked really like a real green leaf. Understand? And that really helped Jhansi. When she looked out the window next morning, she found that the leaf had not fallen and it was still on the wall. That really helped her retain her faith that the leaf had not fallen, so she would also not die. And this is the last question. How did she inform Jhansi about Behrman's death? The next morning, she told Jhansi that the leaf that has been there on the wall is not the real one. It is the masterpiece of the painter Behrman.
Right.
And that gentleman had created this artificial leaf on the wall just before one night of this stormy night of the
Stormy
he had been painting the whole night while it was raining,
Right.
and that was because of that leaf that she had retained her faith in herself and that saved her life. Now she broke that news to Johnsy next morning, telling her that the man who really created this masterpiece died a day before. A day
Before.
This was because he was suffering from pneumonia. Suffering from
Pneumonia.
he only suffered from pneumonia for 2 days, and he died just a day before. Just a
Day before.
that very stormy night he had been in the rain, and that really made his condition worse. Though he risked his life, yet he saved the life of Johnsy. That is how we have concluded this lesson. Thank you. I can look at it.